Welcome to this BJCP study style for the Brewers Anonymous Homebrew program. In this video, we are going to take a look at category 4A Munich Helles. Okay, so let's start off where we always do with the vital statistics. Nothing we need to evaluate the beer on, but here they are for our knowledge. And we start off with an original gravity range of 1.044 to 1.048, a final gravity range of 1.006 to 1.012, IBU range of 16 to 22, SRM range of 3 to 5, and an ABV range of 4.7 to 5.4%. Okay, now it's overall impression, not the overall impression we write on our score sheet, but the overall impression for this entry in the beer style guidelines, and that reads, a gold-colored German lager with a smooth, malty flavor and a soft, dry finish. Subtle, spicy, floral, herbal hops and a restrained bitterness help keep the balanced malty but not sweet, which helps make this beer a refreshing, everyday drink. Okay, now let's take a look at the things we are going to be evaluating this beer on, starting with aroma. Moderate, grainy, sweet malt aroma. Low to moderately low, spicy, floral, or herbal hop aroma. Pleasant, clean fermentation profile with malt dominating the balance. The freshest examples will have more of a malty sweet aroma. Next up, appearance. Pretty clear and concise here. Pale, yellow to gold color, clear, persistent, creamy white head. Flavor, we have moderately malty start with the suggestion of sweetness, moderately grainy sweet malt flavor with a soft rounded palate impression, supported by a low to medium low bitterness. Soft and dry finish, not crisp and biting. Low to moderately low, spicy floral or herbal hop flavor. Malt dominates hops in the palate, finish, and aftertaste, but the hops should be noticeable. No residual sweetness, simply the impression of maltiness with restrained bitterness. Clean fermentation profile. And then finally, we have mouthfeel, which is also short and concise. It is medium-bodied, medium carbonation, smooth, well-lagered character. And there are commercial examples for this, of course, listed, and those are Augustiner Lagerbier Hell, Heckersbruer Municher Gold, Lowenbrau Original, Paulaner Münchner Lager, Schronreimer Hell, Spaten Municher Hell, and Weizenhammer Original Helles. And not only do I have one of those, which I'll get to in a second, but I also have the quick reference card, which are attached, I almost dropped that, attached to the exercise files below this video, and it's one file for all of the ones in category 4. If you forget to download them on this video, I'll put them on all 3 videos most likely. So, what do I have? I have the Paulaner Münchner Lager, and let's just go ahead and do a quick compare to the quick reference card. Make some room here. Oh, first we got to do the traditional. There, I like that. It might not have been traditional cracking. Maybe I'm thinking traditional pour, but either way, I liked how that sounded, and we'll see how this pours. I want to try to get ahead on this because that is one of the specific things that the appearance mentions. Okay, great. So, starting right off the bat here with appearance, it fits right in. It's yellow. It looks more, actually, this is about the closest I think the video's ever been to the beer. It's slightly darker in the video, but it's definitely yellow, so it's not quite pale and it's not quite gold. It's clear. Again, the wonderful humidity in Florida immediately makes it look hazy because of the condensation, but it's clear. I think that's actually pretty good. Didn't mean to do that. You can probably see my fingers through that to an extent. Did have a white head on pour. It's falling quick-ish, but it held for a little bit, so probably nothing really worth dinging it on. So let's see what I get for flavor here. I totally skipped aroma, which I realized, but let's go with the flavor since I just took a sip. I do get the moderately grainy sweet malt character for sure. It's sweet, but it's not a sugar sweet. There's a difference, which you easily pick up the more you look for these characteristics in beer. Low to medium low bitterness, definitely low. Soft and dry finish. It is towards the dry, not the sweet. Clean fermentation profile, absolutely. Aroma, I do get the same kind of, what is that? The multi-sweet, the base malt really is about it. A little bit of cracker, a little bit of grain. Definitely the sweet notes, and getting some floral hops, maybe something on herbal, and definitely getting that distinct lager fermentation or lager yeast fermentation. It's in the realm of sulfur without being sulfury. I'm not sure if I can describe that well. See what I can do when I get to the score sheet. And then mouthfeel, let me take another sip. Medium bodied, might be a little lighter than that. Medium carbonation, absolutely. Smooth, well lagered character. Yes, I would say we've got a good example to learn of what this beer should be. So, going to do what I always do. Pause the video, go and write out a score sheet for this beer, and then come back and review what I've written. And you should be doing the same. Even if you don't have this particular beer or even this style of beer, get one that's style adjacent so you can get practice with the score sheets. That's the most important part, and get some practice in scoring beers that aren't going to be the perfect example. You're going to be doing that in real life a lot. So I'm going to go score it. You should score it too. And we'll meet back here and discuss what we came up with. I am back, and I have my completed score sheet. I hope you have one too. That is the point of all of this. However, I won't harp on it too much this time. I'll do that in some. I got plenty of videos coming up to harp on you about that. So let's see here. Category 4, subcategory A, subcategory Munich Helles, special ingredients none, bottle inspection check, with a comment of branded can. An aroma, I have sweet, grainy character that presents light to moderate. And that was because I realized I was writing sweet, grainy character and forgot to say to what degree. So I kind of wrote it almost like Yoda there. Faint grain notes, light floral, wildflower-like hop character, distinct but clean lager yeast fermentation aroma. Well balanced and very clean. I gave it an 11 out of 12. For appearance, yellow in color, extremely clear, small to medium bright white head on pour that fell to a thick collar of fine bubbles and a light dusting of fine bubbles across the top of the beer. And that's 3 out of 3. I was going to write the collar of fine bubbles and dusting across the top of the beer, but I included the fine bubbles again just to be absolutely clear to the grader what I'm talking about. I think they would figure it out, but why take that chance when I can write just a couple more words, make sure I'm crystal clear. And that was 3 out of 3 if I didn't say that. Flavor, moderate to light sweet malt character initially, a smooth, moderately light hop bitterness that lingers slightly in the aftertaste, a delicate fresh flower hop character that comes out more as the beer warms up, clean lager character from fermentation. That's 18 out of 20. One thing I want to note here, I just realized I would never do this on a score sheet. I have where it says comes out more as the beer warms up. I almost wrote the word beer before the, and I wrote B first, and then I put a T on top of it and finished what I was writing, so I know what I was needed to say. If this were my exam sheet, I would have erased that and started again. That's not. You don't want to do that. Just in case you see it on this scan next to me, it's probably hard to see, but wanted to point that out. Don't do that. Take the second to erase it. Mouthfeel, I have medium light in body, medium to medium high carbonation, no distracting alcohol, warmth, or astringency, a pleasant carbonic bite, a light satiny texture, and that's a 3 out of 5. I thought it was, as I thought about it more and what we just learned about the style, I thought it was slightly thin for style. Not a thin beer per se, but thinner than expected. Then overall impression. Overall, a fantastic beer. Aroma and flavor profile is spot on. Body is slightly thinner than expected for style, as I just said. Consider mashing at a higher temperature to increase the body or adding more dextrin-producing malts to the grain bill. And that's an 8 out of 10. And I gave it a 43 out of 50, which I was surprised about. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to say for sure without being in the situation. I was going to say, if I was actually judging this for competition, I might go back and get it 2 more points to get it to outstanding. Because this is outstanding. But then again, maybe not. I don't know unless I have it in front of me. Because that body is it's a little more than it is. Like when I read the score, I gave it a 3 out of 5. I do think it's 2-point worthy deduction of how thin it is compared to what the style says it should be, even though it's still an amazing beer. So I did circle the 38 out of 44 range at the bottom left-hand corner. It's an excellent beer, and I checked off all the highest marks for that matrix box at the right. So that is it for this video. I'll be back with the next style in this category. That's 4B Fest Beer, and we'll go through this process again. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.